Hello everyone, it's Haysie Simmer here. Welcome back to my channel. Today I have another episode of my Ultimate Decade Challenge. All right, it is 4:30 a.m. on the year 1308. So we are 8 years in. I feel like we are 9 years in though, because how do you count year 1300? I technically started playing at 1299. But Frederick has chosen to console Caesar. So big brother Frederick is consoling little brother Caesar about the nightmares he was having. It's just so sweet. I love these moments between them. Frederick has really proven to be such a good leader and brother. So we're gonna have Frederick start the day with some chores. Oh no, our laundry got dirty. So the family are just doing some chores. The year is 1308. So honestly, we really got the hang of the farm now. Jacob is gonna go to the Baron's house to pay his taxes because he had a big shipment of crops that got sold from their mid-season harvest. This will be all harvested at the end of the season. So we've given the Baron his crops, $700 worth of crops to pay for our dues of this land. And the family is pretty much just outside and taking care of everything, normal day life. So Tamara wrote us a letter letting us know that she and Jedediah are living in separate places. Jedediah has moved into the tavern recently, and Tamara has a plan to start a business as a working woman. She'll be creating quilts and rugs and clothing and bedding for all of the kingdom. She's going to have her own little shop, so she just kind of wanted to let her sister know why she hasn't been around as much in the last few months, because their family is changing and she's not sure if Jedediah will be coming back home. Right now, Halia is spending some time with Frederick. She's teaching him how to fish, as that's how she grew up, as a daughter of a fisherman. It doesn't really seem like Frederick is enjoying it though. So we'll probably let him, run around and go do something else around the farm in a minute. Yeah, we just got it. He doesn't like fishing, but you know what? She tried to show him. I'm sure it's because he has to go to the bathroom and he's hungry and he's sleepy, but we'll let him not like it. So Pascal has come around to let his sister know that he and his wife are expecting their first child. So he's come over to have lunch at our place. It's all very exciting for Pascal. Halia has made them some judged hare, which is some mashed potatoes and stew. So they're all having such a great meal, and Pascal is very excited to tell them that he is expecting. And Jacob has been thinking he would like to expand the family soon too, but he's worried about how Halia is going to handle it, because she has really been kind of paranoid since their last loss. She's really just taken it hard, but it has been, I believe, about a year or two. So Jacob is going to ask Halia if she wants to have more children. He's giving Pascal some of the best advice on raising little ones. Jacob is really just so happy to have his 3 sons, but I know he would love to expand the family. And Halia has lost all her daughters, so I'm sure that, that's something he thinks about. So he's asking her, would she be interested in having kids again? And I think she is expressing she's worried about losing one because of the pain that caused her. And it says she'd be all right with having a child, but she'd also be all right if they didn't have any more. So I think we are going to go ahead and try one more time and see what happens this time. All right, Halia is pregnant, so we're going to leave this household here because we need to go age up Gemma, Ashton, and Christine Technically, they age up tomorrow morning, but that's just a few hours away, and I do want to stay in our main household. So we're going to age them up a few hours early if they survive their death rolls. By the time I get everyone's death rolls done, they will probably be aging up on their birthday anyways. All right, so we come in on Christine and Ashton, and they are literally back to back in a straight line. So if they roll a... Okay, so we're rolling for Christine and Ashton. Now, I will say, since they grew up in the castle, they have a higher chance of surviving. So we will be dropping off one of the two numbers. So it's 9 and 19, but we're going to drop off the number 9. So if they get a number 19, they do not survive to their age up. Now, I won't say that the king is using a lot of resources on them, but he is fostering them. They do live in a cleaner environment, and they do have access to better food and health options. So we'll just say that they had a better chance. So I'm going to roll this for Ashton. And it looks like Ashton, he's just been struggling. All his rolls are so close to the actual death number. I'm just really wondering how much further he's going to make it. This is for Christine. And she makes it. So we're going to age them up into children and take them into cast. And Miss Ophelia is pregnant with Connor's 3rd child and helping age up his oldest, his heir, his son, Ashton. And Ashton has grown up to be mean. That is so unfortunate. And she is going to help Christine blow out her candles. And Christine is aging up to be outgoing, which makes sense because she grew up in the castle. So this is Ashton all grown up, and I'm going to say the reason why Ashton is mean is because he grew up in the castle with the princes who, although they played with him, they reminded him that he was just a peasant. And yeah, so, and he's their father's cupbearer, and he has an aspiration to be a knight, but not really sure how that's going to work because a cupbearer doesn't really progress too far. And this is his twin sister, Christine. She is a spitting image of her mother, Ellen, and she is outgoing. So that is them all aged up. And we are in our first side older household with Tamara, and we have Riker, Gemma, Lancelot, and Morgan. And today is Gemma's birthday. So our sweet Gemma, who has been our problem child, unfortunately, not ours, but Tamara's and Jedediah's problem child, she is aging up today. So we are gonna... Aww, it looks like Riker has made peace with his little sister just in time on her birthday. I feel so bad for this girl. Gemma has had the hard life of her parents wishing she was a son that they had lost, to her and her brother constantly fighting, that her mom going through mood swings, you know, and being pregnant basically her entire existence. Oh my goodness, this makes me so happy to see. I'm so happy for them. Anyways, I think Tamara has really healed her relationship with all her children. So Tamara has healed all her relationships with her children. Her and Gemma are in a good place. She understands that, you know, life is about what you make of it. And we're about to do Gemma's role. So we're going to leave it with Riker hugging Gemma. Again, it's 9 and a 19 if she doesn't make it. Oh my goodness, so close. But remember, she was burned. So that would probably explain why her number is so close. But she does get to age up. So it's so exciting. And then her little sister is going to age up next in a few days. So I'm going to have her come give her a hug. I feel like, is she in labor? Oh my goodness. Tamara is giving birth on Gemma's birthday. Oh, I feel so bad for Tamara. We'll let her finish the cake, but I feel so bad for her. because Jedediah's not here and he's not going to know about this child. And I need to get the bassinet. But I truly think she doesn't want him to know anymore, anything about them. He probably hasn't even came around to check on the kids. But I do think that he avoids Tamara at all cost. Maybe he comes around to watch the kids whenever she goes to market to sell her items. But poor Tamara is overwhelmed in life, as always, but I think she's getting so much better at handling it. And they're financially... Oh yeah, I have to pay them for her doing the commissions for the abbey. So that was for the... She got 3 carpets and 2 tapestries. So honestly, she's doing great, and she's going to use this money to start her little store. I'm going to have her come have her baby, and then we will age up Gemma. All right, Tamara, here we go again. I know, sweetie. Your story has been a rough one. It is a baby girl. Okay, we are going to name her. So we're going to name her Runaway. And hopefully she survives. So happy for Tamara. It looks like she has changed so much on what she thinks about motherhood and raising children. So this is to see if Tamara survived. Tamara survived. And to see if Nimue survives, we cannot get a 5, 10, 15, or 20. All right. Nimue survives. And let's see if she ages up to an infant, which is 12, 16, or 18 as... All right, she also ages up to an infant, so I'll put all that on the chart. And Gemma ages up to be an animal lover. All right, so this is Gemma all aged up. I think it definitely pays to have a mom who is a seamstress. And I'm going to give you guys a little show at baby Nimue. She is a force to be reckoned with, that is for sure. She looks just as angry as her mom has most of the series. Okay, so it is now Friday. The year is 1308, and it is 1 year since Jedediah had an affair from Tamara in their marriage. And honestly, as he's been staying at the tavern since she found out, honestly, it was like within a month or 2. She had found out about the affair, and he kind of expected her to come running after him and wanting to be better because he considers her kind of naggy, but she has been absolutely fine. All the kids are fine. All her relationship with the kids. I mean, she's a little tired, but she's getting things done. She's taking care of the kids. They're honestly thriving without him. And we all know why, they got married. It was an arranged marriage. They were young, and I would say they gave it a good shot. They tried to make it work, but they weren't compatible at the end of the day. And Tamara is now 22. So they got married at 16. So they've been married. They were married for 6 years before they separated. And they still are married. But I know I said she's doing fine and she's passed out on the ground, but honestly, like in comparison, like all the kids are happy. She just finished cleaning, and yeah, it's, she's tired, but she's not going to be running back to him for help. Yeah, so she's not going to run back to him for help. She is going to take care of her kids, teach her sons how to be strong. She is teaching her daughters trades, because even though this is the medieval time, if she sets her daughters up correctly, they will have skills and be able to provide for themselves if someone that they are partnered with lets them down. And I think that is extremely important to her. She also has a gift today for Gemma. She is going to be giving Gemma her old knitting ball, so Gemma can now start it. I do think Gemma is excited, but if you haven't noticed, this family is truly obsessed with King Arthur from I thought it was 10,000 years ago, but it's actually about 6,000 years before them. They're obsessed with the legend of King Arthur and the Round Table and all the knights and the strong women from that time period, like Guinevere and Nimue. So Gemma doesn't really want to just be like a seamstress. I think she's really interested in being a fighter and an adventurer. And Tamara has a strict dynamic with Lancelot. She's a tough parent, and we already know that. Like, she is very tough. Before, for her, it was a before her being a tough parent was because she was cynical about life, but right now it's just more so about, like, to survive you have to be tough. And Gemma has just fell into Gemma's emotional control fell out of the range to earn the uncontrolled emotions trait, which is a good thing. She's getting a better control over her emotions, which can only be beneficial to her. It looks like she's playing with her little princess toy, but her mother has a gift for her today. And the relationship between Riker and Gemma has actually improved since they both have aged up over the last few years, because with their dad, I'm sure he comes around, but not often. He probably comes around when he knows that Tamara is in the market. I think he is a little scared of Tamara because she is so tough and he honestly is kind of weak. So the kids have kind of stepped up and helped their mom out because they understand what their dad did was wrong. And while they love him, they love their mom too, because she's still in the house. She's taking care of them. She's the parent that they see. So right now, when they get older, their opinion could change, as you know, dynamics do change. But right now, they are like, why did dad leave? And why did he have a child with somebody else? If you guys didn't know, their baby, their little one-night stand resulted in a baby. Pascal is here with a letter from Jedediah. Tamara will read it, but she is honestly saving up for a divorce petition. It's 7,000, and we just got the news as well from Pascal that Emma gave birth to one male baby with Jedediah that she named Caden. So I don't think Tamara is going to forgive Jedediah at all. I think she is kind of set and done. Obviously, this is Jedediah's house, so she needs to save up more than what the petition is to move out. Maybe she'll go stay on the land with Jacob and Halia if Jacob will allow that. But I think Pascal is letting her know that even though he has a small plot of land, his sister and his family are welcome over there. And it won't be too far away if the petition grants if the petition grants Jedediah the kids, it also won't be too far away if she stays with Pascal. I'm having some lag. So Morgan is fighting shells. Riker is falling out of the range for the good manner trait. Nimue is getting milestones. And Gemma has a fear of being inferior. Gemma never succeeds at anything. How is she supposed to make it in this world when everyone is doing better in life? I think Gemma is so much like Tamara, it's not even funny. Looks like Pascal has picked up a thing or two and is playing music for the kids. We know Riker really likes music. So Pascal and Riker are talking, and Tamara is giving Gemma her very first set of knitting needles. She seems very happy about it, but I don't think she's going to tell her mom that she's interested in learning the sword or the bow. I don't think she's ready to tell her mom yet that that's something she's interested in. And Pascal is such a really good brother because he is out here doing things like fixing and cleaning up things for his sister while, she's taking care of her kids and she's looming. I really don't know what the proper term is. I'm sorry, guys. But Tamara is working on her loom. Now she's going to take care of Morgan. Even Riker is cleaning and learning from his uncle how to, like, you know, just set a good example. You know, with them not having their dad around daily to set a good example, it's really nice that Pascal comes around. Jedediah is reaching out again, but I think since they found out about his other child, Tamara is ignoring all his letters and his pleas because she's got a lot to take care of. And Gemma is now in the trait to earn good manners. So this is not the ideal situation for this family, and we would want them to all be together. I do think they are making the absolute most out of it, and the siblings are closer than ever. I feel like the siblings are growing closer than ever when they see their parents fighting. You know, they're ganging up together and they're really just bonding. And that's something that will help them out later in life. And Riker is learning how to take care of things on the land and really just be a helping hand to his family. So Halia has also sent over a letter to check in on her sister and let her know that if they're ever in need, they can come over to their house. Because I think she knows after Jedediah has reached out a couple of times. I'm sure Jedediah talks to his brother Jacob. And I think she knows that he is going to be coming back to his house because it is his house. And she knows that Tamara's not going to want to let him in, but it's his house. So at the end of the day, even if she files the petition, she will be probably granted to leave, but this is his house and his kids. So it really depends on what he allows to happen, because back then she didn't really have any rights to her land or her family. And Morgan and Riker have a difficult dynamic. Riker did age up mean, and I do think that has a lot to do with it. And it is now Saturday, halfway through 1308, and it is Nimue birthday. I need to see if she ages up to a toddler. She cannot roll a 4 or an 8. And she got a 19, so she's definitely aging up to a toddler, so we'll get that done in a second. I'm so excited she made it because I really don't want to risk, like, losing any more kids. Like, I just want them all to make it now. And Morgan's birthday is tomorrow, which is so Morgan's birthday is tomorrow, which is the last day up now. I will do my best to keep her on the chart correctly, but I am going back to our main Alder household after today, so I don't want to come back and age her up. So we're going to do it now. And to age up to a child, she has to get anything but a 9 or a 19. All right, so she ages up to a child. So we will go ahead and age up Nimue to a toddler and Morgan to a child. I honestly think Morgan deserves to age up a day early anyways because she was a toddler for a very long time. I mean, an infant, and we totally missed her toddlerhood. So let's just let her catch up with everybody else. And even though that they have healed their relationship with Gemma, I do think Tamara has always favored Morgan. So there's still that. And they're celebrating Nimue. And Nimue aged up to be a silly toddler. And they are celebrating Morgan. And Morgan ages up to be an art lover. So this is baby Nimue, all aged up to a toddler. And this is Morgan as a child. I'm so happy we now have 3 children. And I am just realizing that I just aged Nimue up to a toddler and she was supposed to age up to an infant. She was an infant, so I must have already done it the last time I played. So I'm going to have to age her back down to an infant. But Morgan being a child is fine. I just have to go fix that real fast. So we are back in our main Alder household, and I haven't played in a little while, so I just wanted to check in. And it looks like we left Halia pregnant. She is in her 2nd trimester, and I hope it's going well for her. Her brother Pascal has not had any children yet, and Connor still only has his 2 children. Okay, I wanted to see if maybe they had a baby because I know they were all recently married. But yeah, I'm just kind of looking to see where we are. We are now halfway through the year 1308. And today is the harvest day at 6 a.m. So the next 2 hours, we might just start the day off now since it's basically 5 o'clock then. And we'll have Jacob come out and harvest and tend to things. So it is officially our fall harvest. So we have a lot of things to do today on the farm. So Halia is taking care of the boys and getting them all washed up. Jacob has just finished harvesting all the crops. It looks like Pascal has come around again, and I think he is going to talk to Halia about their sister and how everything is going, especially after everything that happened with Jedediah. And young Frederick is asking his uncle Pascal if he will show him a thing or two when it comes to archery, because Frederick is really passionate about archery. And Pascal is giving him some pointers, but Pascal himself isn't really good at archery. It's not something he really had that much time to spend on as a kid and growing up. And Pascal is also helping out with the chores. He really is a good brother, always coming in and checking in on his sisters. And it seems like Pascal is talking to Jacob about Jedediah and what's going on with him and his sister and where this is headed, because they're not living together anymore. And where is Tamara and the kids gonna go? Who is gonna help take care of them? That is something Pascal is extremely worried about. While he knows his sister can take care of herself, she does have, 3 sons, I believe, and 2 daughters to take care of. She has quite a bit of children. So that's something Pascal is going to talk to Jacob about. So they're kind of coming up with a plan for Tamara and the kids in the event that Jedediah is going to kick her out of the house. We really don't know what's going to happen. Nobody has really talked to Jedediah in this situation just because they don't really know what's going through his head. And I think Halia is probably asking her brother to help look out for them, and also telling her husband that, like, if they need to, maybe they could build a home here on the farm for them. And it looks like that's something he's totally okay with. And Pascal's asking Jacob if he's sure, which of course, Jacob at this point, I think their farm is doing well enough. But I think their farm is doing well enough that he can house another family on the farm to help them take care of it. And honestly, they need the help because they want to expand the farm and the mining on the land. So having another house, maybe for Tamara and the kids will be something we could do. Jacob asked the goat to play dead. That was so good. All right, so it is Saturday, the last day. It is Saturday, the middle of 1308, and we just got the notification that Ophelia just gave birth to 1 son with Connor, and they named it baby Eric. So we are going to head on over and do their roles. And Connor is so excited about his new child with Ophelia. I just want to take a moment to enjoy how beautiful. What the heck just happened? Oh no, they're woohooing! And this is baby Eric. So we're going to roll for mom. So I think Ophelia is really succeeding as a mother and a stepmother. Hopefully she survives her role. Look at her watching her stepchildren. She's just so happy. Who's she about to talk to? So Christine and Ashton have a jokester dynamic. It looks like Ophelia has a really close relationship with the other people here at the Abbey, but we are going to go ahead and do the roll to see if Ophelia survived birth. I think she is telling Lilith about how much she loves being married to Connor. Oh, I'm so happy for them. Oh yeah, they look like they're happy. They must be really good friends. Now to see if Ophelia has made it, we're gonna go ahead and roll for her. Surviving mothers have to get anything but a 1. And she got a 9, so she survives. As for baby Eric, it is 5, 10, 15, 20. And Eric gets a 9, so he makes it. And for his infancy is 12, 16, 18. All right, so he makes it up to an infant, so we'll go ahead and age him up now. And he ages up to be a wiggly baby. And baby Eric is literally so beautiful. And we are now back in our main altar household. It is the last day of 1308, and hopefully after today we'll be able to finish this episode. It looks like John Gilbert and Joanna Gilbert and Chadwick Lannister had one baby named Anthony Gilbert. What? Who are they? Hang on a second. I gotta read this again. Joanna Gilbert, that is Pascal's mother, had a baby with Chadwick Lancaster. And I don't know if they're married or not. That's so interesting. But it looks like Pascal has a new brother-in-law. Because his mom had another baby. But yeah, like I was saying, I want to end today's episode 1308, the end of the episode, and Halia hopefully will give birth safely to another child. Let's hope all the bad rolls are behind us for a little while. And because we are collecting money, we have $1,300. Every time something breaks, I'm going to repair it just because I don't want us to have an insane abundance of money. It is 5:30 though, Sunday, 1308, the last day of 1308. I'm trying really hard to make each episode 1 year. I do know 1307 was split into episodes. It wasn't really based on time because the first episode is only 25 minutes, but I felt like so much happened that I didn't want to like diminish like what happened the first half of the episode with everything that happened with Jedediah. I didn't want to diminish that and rush it with the second half, so I did split them. But in general, I'm trying to get most years out in one episode. It is also the first day of winter, so I'm going to rotate out our crops, and our large crops are looking like they are doing wonderful. So we will bring the boys out here and work on that. So we are planting some onions and potatoes for our winter harvest. That's really all we're getting. So that's all I'm going to have them prepare. And I'm going to go ahead and sell from inventory our fall harvest. We already took care of the land. And we'll say we ship this off to the castle because I really don't want to travel right now. While... yeah, tomorrow's 1309, but I don't want to travel right now since Halia is about to give birth. I don't think Jacob would travel, so I'm going to say that Trader Jacques came around and took it. I'm sorry if that ruins the immersion for anyone, but that's just what's best for me right now. And the boys are just helping out. And Tamara is just getting a few last minute chores done before the new baby comes. And I think Jacob is just really excited to teach his sons about the land and how to take care of it. Him and Caesar have been outside all day. Ah, yes, Trader Jacques is here. So we're going to say that we gave him our stuff. Tamara is here as well. So Tamara came over to talk to Jacob about just everything going on about Jedediah. And, you know, really she has no plan. She's been without Jedediah now for a whole year. And I think she's just looking for Jacob to give her some help. And I think he's just saying, you know, you always have family here. You always have a home here. And I think Jacob is going to spend this winter maybe setting up a little hut for Tamara and the kids to come stay because we don't really know what Jedediah is doing. And I'm going to have Jacob come over here and do archery with Frederick. No, Jacob did win the archery tournament last winter, and it really helped their family out this year. So I think he wants to show his son everything. Oh, Tamara's giving love to Frederick. I think he's just so, I think she's just proud of like their family and how everyone's growing up. I definitely think that Jacob wants to take advantage of this nice winter day because it's not too cold. It hasn't snowed yet. And I think he'd want to show Frederick how to shoot the bow and arrow because he will be bringing him over, because he will be bringing him out to this year's competition. But in the meantime, Jacob and Tamara are talking about like what can be done about the situation. Tamara is very hopeless, and I think Jacob thinks his brother will come around, but she is really happy that Jacob is going to be there for them. Jedediah really does believe that his brother... Jacob really does believe that his brother is going to come around and do the right thing, but Tamara doesn't really care. Like, she is so detached from the situation. And it seems like Halia has acquired the religious skill, I think, after everything. So I think after everything she has been through, you are not supposed to be here. But I think after everything she's been through with losing children, that she really has gotten in touch with the Watcher and her spirituality. Grab some eggs, guys. Let's not starve to death. Oh, she's giving everybody all the love. So Jacob ended up beating Frederick 10-0, but it's a good life lesson for Frederick, and I think that's what Jacob is trying to teach him. Like, there's no easy way in life. Who is this? We have a little lady over here who is not supposed to be on this side of town. I think Miss Tiara has run away. Now, if you guys remember, I said I really wanted someone from Connor's household to marry into the royal family because they grew up in the castle, and I really just like that story. Tiara is technically engaged to Augustine, the prince. So I wonder if Augustine is showing favoritism to Christine, and maybe Tiara ran away. I don't know. Something's happening that made Tiara run away. But she is coming over to our house, and I think that, you know, I think Frederick isn't going to understand anything about station, and I think he is going to introduce himself to Tiara. He says, "Hello, welcome to my house. What are you doing here?" Oh, and Frederick tells his dad that he is so fun to be around and he loves spending time with him. Frederick is a proper little guy, so he has a really good introduction. And I do think Jacob is probably saying, like, hey, you know, where are you from? You should probably head back home. And Frederick has a shared sadness because even though he doesn't know much about Tiara, he can tell she is so sad. So he's going to ask her if she wants to cloud gaze. He's telling her about how much he loves this spot over here on the fish by the river. And I think they're having a really nice bonding moment. I think it's nice for Tiara to kind of be distracted of, like, probably she doesn't like, you know, training to be a lady. It's probably something she hasn't really enjoyed. And I bet her family are over on this side because the tournament is coming up soon. And I bet they have a winter home over here in the countryside. So they're probably over here. And she's probably just ran away for the day. Obviously, there's no guards out looking for her. But I do think, you know, they would bond and just have fun because he doesn't know anything about her. And he really hasn't met anyone outside of his cousins. He is going to give her a friendly gift. of some eggs, you know, just because she probably complained about being hungry. It looks like she loved it and was so excited to have some food. She must have ran away this morning and probably didn't pack any lunch because she's so used to being taken care of. She doesn't know what to bring. But I think she is going to hug him and thank him for sharing that with her because, you know, she's never really been around someone who was just completely selfless to a total stranger. But I think that Frederick is going to complain about his parents and tell her, "You're not alone. Don't worry. You have a friend in me," and I think she feels really happy about it. She did not tell him her name. She said her name was Tiana, but it's actually Tiara. So she told Frederick her name was Tiara. And we got the notification that Halia is officially in labor. I did take a quick picture. So we're going to see if we're going to see if Halia makes it. We're here again with Halia. And she had a baby girl. Her name will be... So her name is going to be Gwendolyn Alder. Oh my goodness. And we have a son. Well, I did say the next person to have a son would be named Arthur. Just so you guys know, I have an accent and it's really hard for me to say Arthur. I have to say it really slow. So if you hear me say Arthur a few times, it's because of that. But they're going to have, they had 2 babies. So we need to roll and see if she survived and if the babies survived. So it has been 2 years since she's had a living child. So hopefully everything is okay. Just to remind ourselves, she cannot roll a 1 or she does not make it. And she makes it. She's healthy. Let's hope the kids are also healthy. This is for baby Gwendolyn. 5, 10, 15, or 20, and we got a 7. We have our first living daughter. I am so excited for our main older household. And this is for baby Arthur, and he got an 18. So 5, 10, 15, 20, he makes it. All right. And I will let them be, and we will check in them, see if they age up to be infants. We will check and see if they age up to be infants tomorrow. I would like to end this episode 1308 on a very happy day. We have 2 sweet babies. We have a little Arthur here and Gwendolyn. We have our first daughter. I'm going to have her show her off to her husband. Like, they have... I also heard that they are more likely to have twins if you have them woohoo back to back and they're pregnant the first time and you don't know it. So that could explain why we are having a lot of twins run in our line. But here she is showing Jacob their first living daughter. Oh, I'm so excited. Oh, and Frederick came in to see his new siblings. Oh yeah, he definitely proves he's so happy to have a sister. Oh, looks like Francis or Caesar made it in here to check too. Is showing everybody their baby sister and their first living daughter. Oh, Daddy is so proud. They also love Arthur. Don't worry, guys. For anyone freaking out, they definitely love Arthur, their 4th born son. But they're just so excited to have a living daughter, okay? Oh, look who's still here. Tiara's here. And I think we're going to end the episode here with our new babies and our happy mommy. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the year 1309.